welcome to Crime Besties to episode 101.
Oh my God.
We've gone past. We've done it.
It's like that little hurdle we've got over.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It sort of like feels relaxing now to get it. Like now we've done it.
Yeah, I think so. I think, hitting the 100, it's a big
It
achievement.
is. It's huge.
Now we're just into the rest of it.
Yeah. I love it when, like, after we recorded last week's episode with the 100th, we went to do our usual after record wine at a local, and even our waiter and that down there was very proud of us and very happy that
He was so lovely,
so gorgeous.
Well, of course we had to say, yeah, we just recorded our 100th episode. And he's like, oh my God.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, we absolutely love going there. It's
Yes.
fantastic. Now, how has your week been? It's a bit of a short one. So, our kids have a curriculum day on Friday, so we had to find a night during the week where we could record this. And
Thank you for reminding me. I just realised I forgot.
You were like, oh yeah, we're recording tonight, but why?
Yeah, I hadn't actually thought about it.
You're welcome. Yeah, please don't send your kids to school on Friday because they
I
won't be welcome.
totally would have done that.
Yep.
I made plans for Friday.
You're going to have to unplan or take your kids with you.
Yeah, no, I think it was just an online meeting, but it's all right. Now I'll have to do it with them home.
Oh, well.
Okay, all good.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Anyway, but what that means is we've had like a really short changeover. We recorded last on Friday and it's now Wednesday night. So
Yeah.
It's been a very short week, but how have you been? How have things been?
Pretty good. We've, getting into the swing of things, I think.
Yes. Back into term 3. And,
It's all coming. Like, I feel like all the things are coming at me now of like what's on for term 3. You're getting the compass
busy,
announcements and things. Well, because everyone throws everything in term 3 because there's nothing happens in term 3. So, I feel like the compass announcements are coming of like, oh, sign this and do this because they've got this coming. And like, it's all of that stuff that, look, the kids love it. It's great. But fucking book week,
Oh, God, when's book week?
I know, it's soon.
Oh,
24th, I want to say, of August.
Oh, my God.
It's a few weeks
I forgot
away.
about that.
Yeah, no,
I
I've
forgot
got to
that
get
was coming up.
on that.
Have you spoken to your kids about what they want to
No,
go
because I'm terrified of what they're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking, can I come up with something that I can steer them
suggest it.
towards?
Yeah.
I need to be prepared.
I'm gonna have to Pinterest this shit or something because it needs to be
easy. I know. I was like, this year I did I was meant to, at the last school holidays, be super organised and like get on Amazon or, and do something. And it didn't happen. So now I'm kicking myself.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
we can't always be on top of everything.
No, and I
You've
feel like
got
our
to give
kids
yourself
have
some
reached
grace.
that age because they're not into picture books really anymore.
No.
So the books that they are reading, look, and I've got one very avid reader and he loves, knows what he likes and, but it's not the kind of thing, the books he reads is not like, they're not characters you dress up as.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
How do you dress up as Percy Jackson?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Ollie's reading these My Hero Academia books at the moment, which are like manga books.
Yeah.
But like he'd just wear, I don't know, a Japanese t-shirt and
Right.
shorts maybe if he wanted to dress up as one of those characters. Maybe we could do that.
See, Brody reads I Survive books.
Yeah.
Okay.
I Survive.
Yeah.
They're actually good. I actually really love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you dress up? I don't know.
I know.
They are great,
Hurricane
though.
Katrina.
Actually, he could just go as himself.
Well, turns out, yeah, probably could. That kid's freaking going to kill me. Do you know he's lost 4 jumpers already this term?
Are you kidding me? The other day you told me you thought he'd lost 3, but you thought you knew where one of them was. But now you're telling me all 4 are gone.
We have now got 2 of them back. They weren't.
Oh, my God.
But like I literally said to my mum when she was home with me the other week, like helping me out at home when I was recovering from surgery, he'd lost some jumpers and he'd found 2 jumpers, right? Mm-hmm. And Mum said to me like, and I was like, oh, he's got 2 at the moment, but we're still missing 2. And she's like, oh, the 2 that he found last week. And I said, no, we've literally switched them. Lost the other 2.
Let me guess. He always loses the better quality ones.
We've currently got probably the better ones.
Okay.
But they're both my friend, like a friend of ours has given them to me, but they're both like in very good quality. So, but the one that I literally bought last year is one of the ones that's gone. So the one that I paid money for is gone. And then I think another one that's been my fucking hell, Brody, you've lost another jumper. You have to wear this. Like
Faded.
Oh, they're real
shitty. It's like barely got any warmth on the inside of it. Yeah, I know those ones.
Yeah. But yeah, we've 4 jumpers he's got, and he's down to 2 at the moment. We've actually finally just got 2 of them back.
Oh my God.
Yeah. What are we going to do with him? Like,
I don't actually know, because touch wood, my kids aren't losers.
No.
Like, not losers, I was going to say.
You said Brady's a loser.
They're not losers. No, but they're not really ones to lose things.
Mason, like my older one, literally, he says every time Brady loses something, he's like, Mum, I've never lost anything. I'm like, I know, Mason.
I know, mate, and I really appreciate that, because I couldn't have 2 of you in the household.
Shoes, drink bottles.
Shoes? How do you lose shoes?
Did you not hear about this, that he left them at the stadium and I had to go and get them from another primary school?
He actually... He did tell me about that, because he was so worried about how angry you would be at him.
I was furious.
I know. He came up to me like with his tail between his legs, and he was like, guess what? I accidentally left my shoes at basketball. I'm like, oh God. Knowing where the stadium is too, and how difficult the access to that place is.
Yes. Yeah. And those were brand new shoes. Like we had bought them, I reckon, I'd be lucky if it was 3 weeks prior.
Oh my God.
Less than 3 weeks old, those shoes.
Do you want to know what happened on Sunday? You didn't have the boys on Sunday.
No, what did he do?
And we were at footy.
Yeah.
And I normally take a bit of control of the drink bottles, because, that's just what someone has to do it.
Yep.
And we were kind of bringing them all off. I was bringing them all off the ground. The kids are picking them up as they go. Anyway, I put the remainder of them just near where they'd put all their bags.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, as kids are walking out, they'll be like, oh, there's my drink bottle, there's my drink bottle. At the end of the game, at the end of everyone's gone, in their car's gone, and I walk in there just to check that everything's been cleared out, and there was 1 drink bottle left.
Oh, let me guess. Brody's, and it didn't even have a name on it.
It said BD.
BD, yeah.
BD.
Yeah.
So I then got it, and I said to Lucas, run and see if you can catch up to him, because otherwise he's not going to have a drink bottle all weekend.
No,
the rest
he
of
would
the
have.
weekend.
Because luckily he has like his school one. Because this is the thing, because this is how bad he is, that he loses so many, that we now have to have a sports one and a school one.
Okay.
So that we don't get left with, like now you don't have a lunch, like a drink bottle. Like it's, and I have the spare ones in the drawer, but I'm like, I try to stick to this
not
one's
losing
for this.
all of them?
Yeah. Oh, fucking just make it in. Because I am not good enough at remembering stuff, like for myself.
Oh, they're old enough to remember their own drink bottles.
Oh, God.
And shoes, to be fair.
And maybe a jumper. Because yesterday he comes home from school and he's like, oh my God, Mum, I'm so hot. Which, I mean, it's so not. And he's like, but
like
it's
11
so hot.
degrees.
It's so hot. I've had my jumper on all day.
Is that so he doesn't lose it?
I told him it's either on your body or in your bag.
Yeah.
There are no other places that jumper goes. And he's like, so he's now like, won't take it off because he's terrified.
Oh God, that is so funny.
Like, good. Learn your lesson.
Yeah, you've learnt your lesson. But why didn't he just take it off and put it in his bag?
Emma.
Sorry. 9-year-old boys, I get it. Yeah, remember. I love it. I have
do you?
No, I do. It's great. Because it's not my kid losing shit. That's why.
Yeah.
I've had the busiest day today. Not a work day for me on a Wednesday. Not a paid work day for me on Wednesday, should I say.
Yeah.
So this morning I had parent helper.
Yeah.
Then I had to take Lucas to an appointment, drop him back at school. I then had an appointment for myself. Then had to come home. I literally, when I came home, I did a load of washing, hung it out, folded another load. I changed the sheets on one of the kids' beds and shoved a mandarin and some cheese and biscuits down my throat, ran out the door for school pickup. Then I had a meeting after school with school teachers about something.
Yeah.
That finished at 4:30. I then raced home, got Ollie changed for footy, got him to footy a bit before 5. Then I had a contract meeting, like for this contract work stuff that I do.
Yeah.
Had that at 5 o'clock. Ollie finished training at 6. Get home. Thankfully, Peter was home and he'd cooked dinner.
Oh, God.
And it's and then set up for this
podcast.
I was like, far out, man.
That's ridiculous.
That was a ridiculous day.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was an overcommitted day, but it wasn't my intention. It's just the way things kind of panned out.
But it's exactly one of those things of like, like ask a busy person to do, more, and they will, because you have literally scheduled your day down to the minute, like of what you can do back to back to get through. Whereas it's totally, we do it to ourselves, but
I know
in a lot of ways. But at the same time, you achieve what you need to achieve.
Yeah. And I also feel like by doing this today and doing those couple of appointments and all of that sort of stuff, it does mean that on the curriculum day on Friday, I don't really have to do much.
No, you can actually be with your kids or whatever, or, when they're off for the day, which is, like, it's nice to have that.
It is nice. So it's worth it. But God, I'm bloody exhausted.
Come on, and now we're going to get through a podcast episode.
We'll get through. No, this is like the highlight of my day.
Yeah, this is actually like, it is. It's the calm of it, I find.
It is. It is the calm of it. It is. It's good.
Yes.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to get into some shout outs. I'll tell you why. We've got so many.
So many. It's crazy.
And we appreciate it.
Oh,
and we could not do this without you guys. We really couldn't, and we wouldn't, because it's just the amount of support we have had this week in particular has, we were just talking about it before we hit record, blows our minds. Mm-hmm. So thank you to everyone. And out of all of these amazing comments, shares, likes, everything that we've gotten, we only had one shitty comment.
There's been some interesting comments on one of our posts, but no, one shitty one. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, interesting's fine. You can have your own opinion. We have no problem about that. Just don't come at us.
No, there was one though on Spotify. I couldn't help myself.
I must have missed it.
I couldn't help myself because it was fun when he said, 12 minutes in and you're still crapping on.
Oh, I did see that one.
I won't be back to listen. And so I wrote lucky you told us. I'm like, I felt like writing geez, 12 minutes. That's a short one.
Yeah, that was really short. Are you sure?
Short banter.
Which episode was that? Lucky you.
Yeah. You found the shortest one.
I love it. All right. So we have new Patreons. We've got Suzanne, Ari, Julie Mason, Nancy Molds, Carisha Bullock, Nick Welch, Ellen Ship, Beck Spiteri, and Laura Shukar. So thank you.
Wow.
A million times over. We really appreciate it.
Oh my God, yes.
We've also had coffees bought for us in these last few days by Simone Silvers. She said we're her favourite hobby. Listening to us is her favourite hobby.
No, this is my hobby.
It's all our hobbies.
Yay.
Rebecca B, she said she found us when she was searching for for information about Beth Barnard, and that's how she came across it. Now she's like, love you guys.
We need an update on her in terms of those bones that were found in Phillip Island.
We really do.
I've heard nothing.
No. I actually looked that up probably about a month ago. I'm like, I wonder what happened there.
I just keep every now and then I keep putting it into Google and there's nothing coming up.
Actually set up a Google alert for it maybe.
Yeah.
Then Angela Shasser, who's one of our beautiful Patreons as well, but she has also bought us some coffees, a lot of them actually, and she said, enjoy some downtime together. So we will.
We will. Oh, yeah.
We've got plans,
We're
Angela.
very good at that.
Now, I also have quite a few comments and a few other shout outs. So we've got Kristen. Her mum, Barbara, is in hospital at the moment. She's had a bit of a nasty fall, and Kristen's been commuting between Melbourne and the country town that her mum's in and has been listening to us. So we're glad we can keep you entertained on that really long drive.
That is for sure.
We send lots of healing to your mum. Well, let's hope she recovers very, very quickly. We also have Emma, who she said she binged our podcast, and she said we are her top Australian true crime podcast.
Love it.
Yep.
Thank you. That's a huge compliment.
I know. Beck Johnston sent us a message and said that listening to our podcast is the highlight of her week.
Oh, that's so special.
And then we had O'Day and Michelle Abdal saying they just love us. Love us.
We love you guys. It's amazing.
Love you all. I wish we could share all our comments because we get so many. But keep them coming because we absolutely, it gives me a bit of a dopamine hit, to be honest, when I read those comments. I'm like, oh.
And I was actually,
I'll take that.
My mum today said to me, she'd obviously been seeing some, because we've had some really lovely comments on our announcement of what our 100th episode is going to be because you guys we're recording it when you guys haven't listened to it yet.
Yes.
And she was saying how lovely these comments were, and I said, well, Mum, you should see our DMs. It's like even like it goes. People are like, you know, get a little bit more personal, I guess, in those ones. But you know, and that's fine. So we won't share them in that sense. But yeah, it blows my mind. Like it is really, really lovely how everyone is. I don't know, like just behind us and enjoys what we're doing. Because we love doing it too.
We absolutely do.
So good.
Should we get into today's case? First of all, we chose this case today because after recording last week's episode, we needed something that was so far removed from that that we landed on this. But this is a case, so we're talking about Lance Armstrong and all of everything that goes along with that man. Mm-hmm. This has fascinated me for a very long time, ever since my father-in-law. Yeah. So when we built our house, we lived with my father-in-law and mother-in-law while we were building our house. And my father-in-law loves the Tour de France.
Because that would have been, I'm thinking what year that was, and like I can
2010 it was.
You're like peak of all this.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he bought Lance Armstrong's book, like at the time, and I read it. And
the 2010 book?
Yep.
Because, was it Comeback one? Was it called Comeback 2.0?
Yes, 2.0.
Yeah.
And I was intrigued. I loved it.
Yeah.
Ever since then, the passion for the tour from him has rubbed off on me, and I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
I watch it every year. I don't watch the whole thing. I watch the highlights most nights.
So I've been to the Tour de France. I was in Paris. They were setting up for the final part of it.
Near the Arc de Triomphe.
The Arc de Triomphe. And so I was watching them sort of, spent a few days in Paris when you could see where they were starting to set up things. But then we went further on and caught up with where the race was sort of 2-3 days out from Paris and sort of watched sort of
how was it?
Saw some bits and things like that. So I wasn't following it by any means, but we definitely stopped and watched parts of the race and things like that.
Was the atmosphere incredible?
Incredible. And like I'm talking like random spots on the road. Like it's, you know, there were spots where there was tons of people, and there's spots where like there's just no one. So few people just scattered along. Really incredible. Like, and to see the riders, and it's so dangerous.
Oh,
like I think on the you see it on the screen on the TV and kind of go, it's dangerous, but in person because you see the road. It's like it's not really great made road. Then those wheels are so thin, and the risk that they're taking. I mean, and then
especially on those descents down the mountains and stuff. That's like they're doing hairpin bends.
Oh, it's crazy
at speeds faster than you would do it in a car.
Yeah. Yes. Craziness.
It blows my mind that the endurance required to be able to compete in the tour blows my mind.
Those uphill days. Oh, Jesus.
They get 2 rest days in 21 days of racing?
Yeah, 21 days, yeah.
They do something like 3,000 kilometres over that time.
It is insanity.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. I freaking love it. Yeah. And the other thing I just love about it is I love seeing people getting into it, everyone on the sidelines, the scenery. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it is so good.
And so, yes, Lance Armstrong is someone I'm, mostly familiar with. But when we started researching for today, I feel like I followed him to a point.
So you're that bit younger than me. I was at peak age of when he was doing really well. Like my brother, who's a couple of years older than me, he was obsessed with Lance Armstrong. And we'll get into it with the yellow wristband, all that stuff.
Oh, I mean, I had a yellow wristband.
Yeah. We all had yellow wristbands.
Yeah.
But like, everyone was Lance Armstrong fans.
Yes.
Like he was sort of, he would have been like 18-ish when, or sort of 16-ish when he was winning all the Tour de France's, So, yeah, it was something that we just grew up with, and then to have the shit hit the fan, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And seeing it as an adult now.
Yeah. Now, oh my God.
Anyway, all right, let's get into it. So Lance Edward Gunderson was born on the 18th of September in 1971 in Plano, Texas. His biological father left when he was like 6 months old, I think, like really, really young.
Well, I don't know. He didn't leave so much as his mum left him.
Her. Yeah. As in Lance's mum left the biological father.
Yeah, apparently he was abusive.
Yeah.
And so Linda said wasn't right for her son and picked him up and sort of got out of that relationship. And they were married, but she left the marriage. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Linda was his mum. She had a very...
She was only 17 when she had Lance.
Oh, she was so young.
Yeah, so young.
So young. A baby having a baby.
She was a kid raising him. And I mean, he speaks about it as, you know, that they were, they grew up together. They weren't really almost mother and son in some ways. They were more friends in lots of parts of their life because their age gap wasn't that big of an age gap, really.
Imagine only having 17 years.
Can't even imagine.
It's unfathomable.
Yeah.
Later on, Linda did go on to meet another man and marry another man by the name of Terry Armstrong. So that's where Lance got his surname. He adopted.
Lance was 3 when he adopted him. Yeah.
So he was the only child in that household. So between Terry and Linda, his biological father did go on to have a couple of more children after Lance's mum and he divorced, but Lance never had anything to do with them. It was a brother and a sister, but they didn't.
He never had a relationship with his father at all. Really.
At all. No. Completely just no
his
contact.
His relationship with Terry is interesting.
Yeah.
Because they both give very different perspectives.
Yeah.
And I find that, I'm intrigued. What do you think?
Well, I believe Lance in all of that. I do.
Yeah.
I actually do in this instance. The reason I say that is because now he's got no reason to... Oh, do you think he would have a reason to lie about it?
Yeah. His mum agrees with Terry.
I know she does, but is she protecting him?
Why wouldn't she protect Lance?
I don't know.
Because their marriage is over with Terry.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. My gut says that
From what I got from it was that Lance was a pretty arrogant young teenager.
He's so arrogant.
And went on to be further, but we're talking in his young teenage years when he was in the household with Terry. Terry says that he attended military school, like sort of was very regimented. And he had expectations of, you know, his adopted son to, you know, fall into line a bit and, you know, pick up his own things, make his bed, typical things that a kid should do. Whereas Lance really didn't think he should have to do that stuff.
But Lance claims that Terry was abusive.
When he didn't do them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's never okay.
God, no. No, but I don't think that. I think Lance has chosen to say that it got abusive when actually all Terry did was tell him not to, like, yell at him, or you know what I mean?
You don't think Terry ever hit him?
No, and his mum says he never did either, and she was always there when these things occurred, and that, yeah, I don't know.
It's hard.
That's
a hard one because I just think about I mean, I don't know this. Of course, this is just my opinion or my reading of the situation from things that I've read or whatever. But I think a military man like Terry, who is so regimented, coming up against Lance Armstrong is a very headstrong person.
Oh, yeah.
I think they would clash, and it would not surprise me if there were violent outbursts. It really wouldn't.
From Lance?
Or either way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I just have have a feeling.
Yeah.
Maybe that there was more to that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know.
I believe Lance when he says that Terry was abusive.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I don't know. I just sort of feel like Terry admits to being pushing him a lot.
Yes.
And he sort of, his claim to it all is that he feels that Lance should thank him for his...
See, that doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah,
either.
I know. I didn't like that so much, the way he kind of put it, of like that Lance should be, you know, grateful for how he raised him to be so headstrong, as in like he was the one pushing him to be into these. He coached him. He was and everything, and that he was the one pushing in the background.
Yeah.
And that therefore the determination that Lance now has sort of is something that he should be grateful for him doing that.
See, I don't see it like that either.
Yeah.
I think Terry. Yes, I know he coached him and absolutely coached him to good things and did a good job in that sense.
Yeah.
But that was innate in Lance. You couldn't push me to be like that because that's not my personality.
Yeah.
And so I think Terry's wanting a lot more out of this than what he's deserving, to be honest. I don't know.
Possibly.
There's just something about that man that actually rubs me the wrong way, and I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I can get that totally. Yeah, no, I found it really interesting hearing it, just kind of going, oh.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I don't believe a word that comes out of Lance's mouth.
Oh, no. I totally get where you're coming from there.
I love a quote that there was, I can't remember who said it now. No. But I'm like, that is exactly the question over all of this that I feel like I have an answer to it, but we'll never know the truth of it. And that is Lance Armstrong a good person who did something bad, or is he a bad person who happened to do something good?
Oh, let us know what you think at the end of this.
And just want to put that out there as you're thinking
there would be
through
arguments
this.
to go either way. I can think of arguments off the top of my head
I know
to
which
go
one
either way.
I think it is.
The first one. Tell us at the end.
I think he's a bad person who happened to do something good.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I meant.
Oh,
or
sorry.
did I? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's, tell us what you think at the end.
Tell us what you think at the end. So basically when he was a kid though, he started off swimming. That was his biggest thing.
His other sports were not his thing.
No,
he was
not
terrible
into
at
American
sports.
football. Ball sports?
No coordination.
Coordination for
I
that.
watched him play basketball in one
Oh,
clip.
I saw that too, and he couldn't even get a ball in the hoop.
Bouncing it was like, whoa.
He was all limbs. He was like a giraffe.
Yes.
I did see that video actually. Even American football, he could barely catch the ball.
Yeah.
He didn't have the physique for it. All these other kids around him are like they're looking beefcake, and he's like this scrawny, skinny little thing.
But even then, he started swimming. He was 12, and he was having to do swimming lessons with like 6-year-olds.
Yeah,
because it wasn't he was determined to have a sport. That was something he strove for. But finding the right one was a long time.
An interview with him around the age, I think 12 or 13 that I saw.
Oh, yeah.
Where he said, I'm going to make the Olympic Games.
Wow. That he just wanted, but did you know what sport at that point?
No.
It was
they were interviewing him. This is when he started his triathlon stuff.
Yes.
And they were interviewing him about that. And he was very successful in that.
Swimming, he was impressive at doing swimming, yeah.
In the swimming and the cycling, but not so much in the running.
Yeah.
He wasn't a very strong runner. But when they were interviewing about it, they said, something about, he mentioned, I want to be able to make the Olympics. And the interviewer was like, well, there's no triathlon in the Olympics.
No.
So that made him think more about what he was going to do. And, I mean, he continued with triathlon until he was like 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah.
He was earning at the time, so when he was 16 and turned professional in triathlon, he was earning $20,000 a year, which was more than his teachers made as high school teachers.
He was in one interview saying like what he was earning weekly. He was like paying about $300 a month or something rent where he was living, and so he was so rich. Yeah, like he was earning really good money. Yeah,
and that was just like. From his sort of winnings, he then started to get sponsorships at that time as well. So he was doing very, very well for himself.
Very early on. Yeah.
He attended the Williams High and Plano East Senior High schools. He was an outsider. Everyone said he was fiercely competitive. He wasn't academic. He wasn't into actual school. All he wanted to do was train all day and every day. He didn't have a huge circle of friends, if any. Like, did you see much about that? There was like teammates say this and I'm like, oh, so no friends.
And those that he did have were that there were certain ones that along the way he was very close with.
Yeah.
But then isn't anymore. Like, like there was obviously periods of time where they were friends and then he's either done them dirty or they've, come out or whatever. Or,
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, I guess he's decided at this point, he's doing so well. He's an endurance athlete, not a ball sports athlete.
Yep.
But I also feel like he probably chose those sports because they were kind of those lone wolf style. He liked to be the one and only.
He wouldn't be a team player.
No. And even though cycling, especially in the Tour, can be argued as being a team sport, which it is.
It is if for anyone else other than him.
I was going to say, because if you're the primary person in that team, then it's all about you.
That's right.
And it was for him.
He made it all about him.
He made it all about him. And it is. He was saying that when he did his first tour, they were doing... they were in teams of 9 people, and it's the job of the other 8 people to get their nominated person across that line first. So even though he was in a team, he was that one nominated person that everyone else was working to support to win that race.
Yeah.
So
and he was a prick about it.
Oh yeah, wasn't he though? All right, we're not quite there yet, but we will get there. He never cared about fitting in though. He cared about winning, and that was it at any cost.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He was so dedicated as well though, and I think a lot of this came from that influence of Terry and his militant style of coaching.
Yeah.
Which it's what he knew.
Yeah.
While other kids were like, out hanging out with friends and doing social things, Lance was training. He would train before and after school, during school too, to be honest. He would wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. He would ride 10 miles to the pool, swim 4 kilometres before starting school.
Yeah.
Then he'd ride the 10 miles back home. After school, he'd do the same thing. Then he'd swim 6 kilometres.
That's crazy.
Isn't it mental? It's absolutely mental. Gosh. On the weekends, then he'd do these 160k bike rides around where he lived. There were certain circuits that he did, some with, hill climbs, some with flats, some with races, some with whatever. Every weekend, every day.
It's a lot of time with your own brain. Like I enjoy swimming because of the black line thing. You follow the line. You just your brain can be calm and quiet. Not that it's ever quiet. but I do enjoy that. But for like 1K at max, that's and then the bike ride, it's a lot of time on your own.
It's a lot of time in your own head.
I don't know, it's worrying.
It's interesting, especially then to the exclusion of like other social activities and other things that 12 to 16-year-old boys should be doing.
Yes. I agree.
So in his senior year, which was in 1989, he almost didn't graduate because he didn't attend enough school. He didn't even have the attendance rate to do it. So he had to do some kind of summer school to make up the credits to even be able to pass high school.
Yeah.
And that was because he was sort of competing in, I think in 1989, he went to the World Championships or something in Moscow.
Yeah.
Which was his first international event. And he missed weeks and weeks and weeks of school to be able to attend that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So he decided to focus on cycling because that was what he was best at and what he felt he had the best chance at. While swimming, he did well at.
Yeah.
He was better at cycling. The other thing that I found so interesting about what he said when he was sort of selecting which sport to focus on, he wanted a sport that had the least amount of impact on his body. So running was out, even though he was never a great runner.
Yeah.
Swimming was okay, but he didn't like chlorine. Which I get. I actually do.
Yeah, I do.
I would hate that too.
The way your skin, chlorine all the time would just suck.
And the way your skin feels after even just being in the pool for one session.
Yeah.
Like imagine doing 2 a day every day.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, I know. I used to like when my kids used to do swimming lessons. I remember talking to their swimming teacher one day that she'd get to the school holidays where they wouldn't have lessons, and she goes, "Oh my God, 2 weeks not in the pool." Like she goes, "I literally don't even want to shower."
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Like just not have water on my body because she just was in the water all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually never thought about it from that perspective, but yeah, I get that. So he decided that cycling was going to be the sport for him and the one that he'd really, sort of focus on. Oh, I find it really fascinating. I think in order to be an endurance athlete, you've got to have certain character attributes.
Oh, yeah.
And he had them.
Yeah.
In terms of he could push through physical pain.
Well, people said he had pretty high pain thresholds.
He must have. To be able to do what he did. But beyond even that of those competing around him, it would seem.
Yes.
He always seemed to be that one. He would push himself that bit more and that bit further and that bit. I mean, I know
psychologically, I feel like he can switch his brain off too.
He must be able to
the point of where he clearly didn't even socially understand other people's perspectives.
No.
Or emotions.
No,
I don't think. No. Because from really early on, he was labelled a bully by teammates and other opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did sort of have an air about him from, like, I'm talking 15, of that he was just above everyone else.
He had this like laser focus on dominating. Like that was his whole thing. And you watch interviews with him from back when he was 15, 16 to his early 20s, and he even talks about the want to dominate this sport.
Yeah, it's all that was on his mind.
It was a
no one else mattered.
One focus mind, to the exclusion of absolutely everything else in his life.
Yeah.
So he basically he tried out for the 1992 Olympic team for the United States. That was at the Barcelona Olympics. In road cycling, he came 14th. Now, he was 20 years old at the time. He was competing with men who were much older and more experienced. Straight after the Olympics, he signed with the Motorola cycling team, which was a very, very big deal to have such a young rider.
He was well and truly the youngest.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be signed to a team as prominent as what the Motorola team were at the time. To give you a little bit of perspective, for those competing in the Tour de France, there is a special jersey they give to the competitor who's under 26 or under, I think it is, who's winning essentially in their age category, because the development of the athlete means that peak physical fitness for a cyclist being able to do that kind of endurance is like 26, 27 and above.
Right. So, 20-year-old is...
25 and lower is extraordinary.
Right. And he was like 20 when he started. Yeah. That's...
Apparently it was just crazy.
Yeah.
Physically.
And in his team, when he arrived, there was one guy particularly who was sort of known to be the best at the time in America. And he outrid him like pretty confidently.
Yeah. I think he also, at the time, Lance also didn't have like your typical rider's body. So
he was still coming out of that swimmer's style body.
He really was.
Yeah.
He really was. He was quite broad, muscular. And so, to be one of these elite cyclists, they're all incredibly lean, very, very lean.
Yes.
And they've just got big calf muscles and big quads, really.
And
these skinny little arms.
Only a leg day.
Yeah. And so his physique wasn't really that of your typical cyclist.
No.
What that meant for him, though, was that he was really good at those sprint type races where you needed those really big bursts of energy and just bang and go.
Yeah.
He still had, though, the endurance side as well, although he at this stage he wasn't as competitive in that sort of field.
He was incredibly strong.
Very.
Yeah.
Very. In 1993 he was 21 and he won the UCI World Road Race Championship in Oslo, Norway. Now, this is where he started to develop a little bit of a what do you say? A bit of a reputation?
Oh, yeah.
Would you say?
Oh, big time.
The interview that he does after that race, he is arrogant.
Oh,
he's brash.
It's gross.
He's so off. It's so off-putting.
Well, according to his teammates in that tour of like being in Europe, like, so they're all an American team, the Motorola team all together, traveling to Europe.
Yeah.
There was, I think there was 5 of them in the team. 4 of them all lived together in like a 3-bedroom apartment, just in Italy. Well, they travelled to these races, whilst Lance lived in a house by the lake on his own. Just to segregate yourself and separate from.
Oh, he just thought he was better than everyone.
He did. He just thought he was better than them all. He was the youngest by far.
By far. There
was only one teammate, Frankie, who he did really sort of talk with and interact with. And then he becomes pivotal later.
Certainly.
But everyone else he wouldn't really have much to do with.
I just thought when I watched that interview after he won this, I thought, geez, mate, you need some media training. You are not coming across as
But
being...
there's no one who could tell him what to do, though.
Clearly not, because
No.
every other fucking interview he ever did was exactly the same.
Up until literally recently, like still
Even
today.
now, like
Yeah.
I listened to a podcast he did maybe. In 2025,
He has his
I know
own
he's got his own, but he was interviewed in a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, he hasn't changed.
No.
He certainly hasn't changed.
No.
So I guess once you become more of an elite athlete, you have more medical people looking at you. You want people, scientists are measuring different things about you.
Yep.
And what they discovered about Lance was that he had a rare psychological, probably that too, Freudian slip, a rare physiological makeup.
Yep.
He had a heart that was estimated to be nearly 1/3 larger than that of an average adult male.
So he's Phar Lap.
Yeah. Basically, he's the Phar Lap of the cycling world. He had a very low resting heart rate of roughly 32 beats per minute. Now, elite athletes will have a lower resting heart rate just because they're so fit.
Yes.
But his was 32 beats per minute.
To the point of like, I mean, well, is he
Death?
fucking alive?
Yeah. Hey, Lance, you still with us, bro? He also had his femur, so the long bone in his leg, was abnormally long relative to his height. And what this meant was it gave him more torque when he pushed down on the bike. Like the mechanism of that meant that he had that slight advantage there. Yeah, that slight advantage there again.
Wow.
Also, they found that most people produce lactic acid at a certain rate. He produced less lactic acid than the average person with the same output.
Wow.
And what that meant was, yes, okay, so he must have had a higher pain threshold, but also he wasn't producing as much lactic acid.
Lactic acid is what gets them on the Tour de France. Like,
That's
because,
it.
you'll see them all like pulling, they'll find a patch of downhill where they'll get the legs and they'll stretch them and, and like, if he doesn't need to have those moments to take those breaks to get things moving again.
Yep.
That's insane.
Insane. So he's just he was made to do this.
Yeah, because lactic acid, like the buildup of that it's a elite athlete thing. As in, you don't. It's
we
not
get
because
lactic acid. God,
we do.
when I work out at the gym, sometimes I'm like, fuck, I
Totally.
and I'm not doing the tour. I'm not even doing a millionth of the tour.
No, but I mean, like, by no means, like, the fitter you get, the less likely are you to,
that's right.
to
It's
experience
not
it.
I mean,
I'm
absolutely
doing
right.
marathon kayaking back in the day and all these sorts of things. Like, it's a thing that
it's
you
always
can't
there.
avoid.
No.
It's something you just need to learn to push through
Yeah.
and keep moving and get it moving out of there. But it's incredible if he doesn't even produce it to then at the same rate as others. It is a huge edge.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah.
Massive, massive.
Gosh.
All right, let's talk about the cancer diagnosis.
Well, even just before that, let's touch on the fact of like that he's at this elite level of cycling and there's already sort of in that field, there's talk of doping. And at about 1993, there's a new drug that sort of is being mentioned and he's hearing about called EPO that is undetectable.
Yep. Well, at the time it was undetectable.
At the time, yes. So... And he's already at this stage of his career using cortisone. So, which is not illegal at this point.
It's
and
not
there
in the
also
banned
is
substance
well, there
list.
is no banned substance list. I don't think there is no body overseeing it at this point in his career.
Yeah.
I believe it was 94.
Yeah,
The World Anti-Doping or Agency was created.
So WADA. Yeah, that's right. And I think they were fully going by the 1996 Atlanta Olympics.
Yep.
I think it was.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all sort of there's talk of it in the elite world of cycling, and there's a couple of incidences that create the need for WADA to be set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just cycling, it was other sports as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. But in cycling it was sort of, I don't know, being talked about a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, we hit 1994 for him and things turned to a bit shit.
Yeah. So it was in September.
Sorry, 96.
96, yeah. September of 1996. So he was 25 years old at this point. He'd come out of the Atlanta Olympics, which was a couple of years before. His performance was not. Oh, sorry, 1996 was Atlanta.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he'd just come off that. His performance was nowhere near what was expected of him at the time.
He even says that, like, because we talked about how he doesn't feel pain like potentially other people do.
Yeah.
He was in pain and things that he just didn't even tell anyone for potentially like 12, 18 months prior to this point in 1996.
Yeah.
So,
and it was only, I think, because of his underwhelming performance at the Olympics that people were like, oh, I
Questioning
wonder
it.
what's going on here, because he ended up coming 6th in the time trial and 12th in the road race, and he was actually expected to win both.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting outcome.
But it took to the point where he actually was home and he began vomiting blood
Coughing up blood
and stuff. Like, he was not well.
Nope.
At all. That he called a friend kind of going, oh, what do you think I should do? Like, he's clearly someone who doesn't, I don't know, think for himself in those senses. I don't know, of like looking out for himself. He didn't really care for himself like that. I don't know.
The other part of it, though, I think for him was that he had very recently to the diagnosis, signed a contract with the French team Cofidis.
Yes.
And it was his most lucrative contract to date. And so I think there was probably a bit of like, denial going on. Like, no, I'll be fine. I must be just tired coming off, training for the Olympics. Because when he talks about the training schedule for, in particular, the Olympics, but he also talks about this in relation to the Tour de France in particular.
Yeah.
He talks about like the lead up to it being, they do 40 to 60 races, like hardcore races, on top of daily training. So it's massive. It would have to be be able to do these things. So he was just thinking it was coming off the back of that, but he was experiencing extreme fatigue, severe headaches, testicular pain and swelling. He dismissed the fatigue and all of that as overtraining from the Olympics, but then he dismissed the testicular pain as like saddle sores, essentially.
He sort of like went, maybe it's because I'm sitting on a bike all the time. Like,
but he's been sitting on a bike forever, and you
feel the
think
pain
you'd
then.
know the difference between a saddle sore and a swollen.
Well, he did ask one of his
sore
mates
testicle.
at one stage, but that was about it.
Yeah. So on the 2nd of October, he visited a urologist in Austin, which is where he was living at the time. Yeah, the coughing up blood is what really...
That's what really got him
over the line.
Which then went, fuck.
Yeah, they obviously did a biopsy and tested it, and they found that he had stage 3 testicular cancer. So that
I think it got stage 4.
Did it get to stage 4? Did it?
It did.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It had spread.
Yeah. Metastasized in his brain and lungs and abdomen.
Yep.
He was not in a good way.
It was everywhere.
Yeah.
The fact that it had metastasized so significantly, I think that probably shows that he had been experiencing those symptoms for like 12 to 18 months prior. But yeah, they called them cannonball lesions in his lungs. This is what caused him to cough up the blood, but apparently they were everywhere, these lesions in his lungs.
Oh, Jesus.
He had cancer in the abdominal lymph nodes, and then, as you said, his MRIs uncovered multiple metastatic lesions in his brain as well. Now, this is what was causing his severe headaches. Apparently these headaches that he was getting prior to this were debilitating and, again, hadn't done anything about it.
Yeah.
Initially, his odds of survival were given as 20 to 40%, but then in some places you see it says 20 to 50%, but it was somewhere around that. Imagine being given those kinds of odds.
Yeah, there was a doctor who was treating him who said that really his chances were very minimal of survival.
Yeah.
Like
minimal. 20%. Fuck. No thanks.
Yeah.
Even 50%, no thanks.
Yeah, no, it was not. Yeah, any other man basically would not have survived.
No.
Yeah.
He had an orchiectomy, which is a removal of the affected testicle the next day after diagnosis. They're like, we cannot wait. This needs to happen.
Yeah, it was that quick, wasn't it? They were like, we have to do something.
A couple of weeks after that, he had surgery on the brain tumour.
Yep.
Now, there were 2 necrotic metastatic lesions on his brain, and they were able to remove them whole, which meant that he then did not need radiation therapy, and they think that is the reason he was then able to get back to cycling.
He did lose all his hair though, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
So he had chemotherapy.
He did have chemo,
didn't
right, but not radio.
He
Yeah.
didn't need radiation. And they think that had he needed radiation, that would have actually caused ongoing permanent damage to his musculature.
Yeah.
And that would have affected him ongoing. Whereas the fact that he was able to only have the chemo.
Well, they reckon that the treatment he had for the cancer meant that in that process of going through all of that, he leaned off and things and all the things that a cyclist needs to be, because he previously had all this muscle from the swimming and all these sorts of things that he got rid of that.
He couldn't change as much as he tried. He couldn't change his body composition naturally.
No. But
so
it's
almost like this was another thing that helped him.
Yeah.
Going through this chemo, having that muscle loss.
Yeah. It actually gave him the physique that was more required for cycling.
Yes. It blows my mind.
It's crazy.
So following 4 intense cycles of chemo between October and December 1996, he was declared in remission by early 1997. What?
I know that the recovery and everything between being diagnosed, treatment, and him back on the bike and literally competing at an elite level is insane.
Yep.
Like, rest, dude. Like, take a minute.
He didn't.
He didn't.
But as you were saying, the change in his physique meant his sort of power to weight ratio was just bloody through the roof.
Yeah.
And that enabled him to get back to the elite top of his sport very, very quickly.
Yeah. Yes.
Although.
So as we mentioned before, the cancer, like retreatment and everything, literally the sport of cycling was being hauled over a little in terms of drug use.
Definitely.
So you could expect that, say, like in 97 then, between 94 to 96 when shit was sort of going on, you come to 97 for the Tour de France and you could think that the times for each of the legs should be longer because people aren't able to take drugs because there's more natural cycling happening without that doping in the sport. So you would think that, it might be easier for Lance to come back to that because everyone's on an even keel a little bit.
Even playing field.
Yes, he is an incredible athlete naturally, and he's literally like somehow miraculously been made better.
Yeah,
in this
from
cancer. That he's also coming back to people who potentially are not doping, and so they're all in natural forms as well.
Yeah,
that time should be expected to drop and it should be a slower race than other years. Yeah. No. Lance comes back and it's one of the fastest races of the Tour de France.
Yep.
Crazy.
He then went on to what they called the golden era of cycling.
Ooh.
1999 to 2005, he won 7 consecutive Tour de France titles. He didn't win. He smashed it. Like,
did he?
Well, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He was physically present at those events. Yeah.
His body went across the line earlier than everyone else's.
Yeah.
Around this time, he also started the Livestrong Foundation. Originally, he called it the Lance Armstrong Foundation.
Yeah, that's shit.
Yeah.
So, tell us who had a yellow wristband.
Me.
I did.
My brother.
Oh, my brother.
Everyone I knew.
Yeah.
They were the cool thing to have.
80 million of those were sold worldwide for $1 each, basically.
Yeah.
Insane. What an incredible idea by Nike.
Yeah.
It was all went to charity. It was all raising money for cancer survivors and cancer treatment.
Yep.
So this is where I say this is the good that came out of Lance.
This is the good.
And from all accounts, journalists, friends, people who knew him, this stuff that to do with the cancer research and the cancer treatment of survivors and things like that he put into that charity is when he was sincere.
Yep.
He put in to that his real true
self.
Oh, no, I can't say that actually. No, but there was the good there. Yeah, he was sincere about that.
And
Genuine.
worked hard at it.
Yeah, he worked hard at it. Yeah. He was passionate about it.
Over the time, so up until over this golden era, they raised something like $500 million for Livestrong. That's huge.
Crazy money.
It's fantastic.
And he did not take a cent of that.
No.
So there was all these sponsorships and things. So Nike had sponsorships with Nike, Oakley, Trek. There were others as well.
Specialized, lots of different bike brands.
All different, there was so many. There was the sponsorships of him and his bike touring and racing. But then there was separate arm altogether was the cancer stuff.
Yeah. And
none of that went to him. He was offered, within the organisation, he could have taken a wage. He chose not to. It's and
so he fucking should.
So he should
he didn't need the money.
He didn't need it.
We'll
so
get to that
why
in a
would he?
minute. Yep.
But he was very adamant of I'm not taking any of that.
Yeah.
And he actually donated back all of his, I think it was all his sponsorship money from Nike, which was for his actual job as being, a cyclist.
Yep.
And he donated that back into Livestrong.
Yeah.
So, because Nike supported the Livestrong Foundation as well. So, he did have genuine compassion for all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but my cynical brain just went to that would have been a good tax write-off for him, donating all that money to charity.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I get to the point where the amount of money that he was probably earning anyway, that tax. Did someone pay that? Sweet, whatever. It doesn't touch the sides. Do you know what I mean?
True. Anyway, that was just my cynical side.
Totally.
I don't know that for true. Now, his popularity, his stardom was such that he was dating quite a number of
Do you
Hollywood.
remember?
Oh, I remember.
So do I. When I'd forgotten until I was researching this and going, oh my God, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had
Sheryl Crow. That was the one I remember. They dated for a long time.
Oh, see, my big one that I remember is Kate Hudson.
Because
I was obsessed with her. I thought she was amazing.
I
still do.
love Kate Hudson. Yeah. She's just gorgeous.
I just think she's so
gorgeous.
beautiful. I mean, her mum was incredible. Goldie Hawn, and then, Kate Hudson. Oh my God.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And I remember him dating her so much.
When I was looking this up though,
yeah,
I didn't realise he dated Ashley Olsen, one of the Olsen twins. Yeah.
No, my brain can't compute that.
I know.
I know she dates older men.
Yeah.
But he would have been considerably older.
Oh, I think she's dated older.
She's dated
really old people.
She has dated really old people. Yeah.
Yes. I was I don't remember that.
Because, he'd be older than Kate Hudson by a fair bit even as it is, but a lot older than Ashley Olsen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kate Hudson's similar-ish
I'd say
she's a bit
yeah.
older than me, but not that much older.
Yeah.
But then again, see, Lance Armstrong was younger than I thought he was too. No, he's older than me, but so much. But when I was reading all this about that, when he was at these peak moments of the cancer and stuff, he was 25.
Yeah.
I just kind of went. I just assumed he was 40.
40. I felt like that too.
Everyone's old when you're younger.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so old now.
He is so old.
He also was he was really in the zeitgeist at the time, as in he was, meeting up with presidents
there was talk of him even running for governor or the Senate in Texas.
He was so popular.
Yeah. And he was hanging out with Matthew McConaughey.
Exactly.
They were a bit of a duo.
All these A-list Hollywood celebrities.
There was a real ick moment where I've seen him interviewed and he goes, and it's sort of a now interview and reflecting back, and he goes I really know that I gave up so much because my colleagues should be like LeBron James and Michael Jordan, and that's my realm, and I've kind of given that up.
Oh, he's such
and I want to slap him. I just don't like
you
him.
are not in the no.
I get it from when he was big.
Does he mean in terms of how he's an elite athlete in his field? They're elite athletes in their field.
They'd be his colleagues. Yeah, but it's not LeBron James is actually a good person.
And also, they didn't do naughty things.
No, this is what I mean. They're worth looking up to.
You're actually not in the realm of them. No. So don't even.
No.
Oh, God. Yep. Okay. So when he came back from cancer,
Yep.
the teams, the most of the established teams, like I'm talking European teams, US-based teams, nobody was really sure what was going to happen when he made a comeback. And so people were
they didn't
worried.
want him there because he was an asshole.
Yeah. But they were worried, I think. I mean, imagine how much money they would invest into taking on a rider, all the money that goes into that, then obviously paying them as well. So nobody really knew what was going to come of him and didn't want to put their money to that, which is completely
And they didn't
fair.
know if he'd be able to get back to where he was.
That's
It wasn't easy for him. He didn't sort of switch a button and come back.
No, not at all.
We shouldn't.
Not at all.
I guess we made it sound a little bit like that.
It was like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Now, when he did make his comeback, he was picked up by a brand new team, the US Postal Service team.
Which sounds like I love that.
I know. The US Postal Service decided to make a cycling team. There you go.
It's amazing.
Now, they had a very, I guess, strong business plan in that, and they treated this like a business because there's huge money in this stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think they kind of saw an opportunity that no one else was picking him up, like kind of thing, and went, hey, you know what if we created a team? I think that's a little bit of what went on in the background.
You reckon?
Yeah. They sort of built the team around him.
Okay.
It seemed to be like, this is good timing.
Yep.
We'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what they basically did was they put everything in place to scaffold him to get to a point where he was going to start winning shit.
Yeah.
And by that I mean they got what they considered to be the best doctors in the world, the best sports scientists in the world, the best teammates, the best bikes and sponsors and everything that they could come at to really create this perfect environment that did then work to see Lance in a US Postal Service jersey win 7 Tours de France.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we get into it. Now, when we were talking about WADA before, that's the World Anti-Doping Authority, most countries will then have their own subversion of that. So in Australia, we've got ASADA, which is the Australian Anti-Sports Doping Authority.
Sports Anti-Doping.
Sports Anti-Doping Authority. Or in the US, it's USADA, so the US Anti-Doping Agency.
Yeah.
And so they were really at this point on the cutting edge of where they could be.
Yeah.
And we're doing a lot of how do I put this? They were doing a lot of work to try and be in front of everything that was coming. It's never possible.
No.
It's never possible.
No. So I think at this point, even still, EPO was undetectable. Mm-hmm. But they were picking up
at the start of it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then over the time, they actually developed different ways of tracking this stuff because the thing with EPO is that depending on the dose and would be whether they could find it in the blood or not.
Because the other thing I need you to explain to me too was that mentioned in this was that a lot of like what the cyclists would do is that they would dope and they'd take EPO, they'd take steroids and all these sorts of things, but then they would do blood transfusions.
Yeah.
What would that do to avoid being detected then? How would
Or they would also sometimes just hang a bag of saline or something like that. And what that does is it dilutes the blood.
Right.
So if you're looking for a certain concentration of red blood cells and you've got a lot of other fluid in there, it makes it look like you've got less of them.
Right.
So it basically means that your doping is undetectable.
Right. What the things are that you're
That's it.
taking.
Then your body will come to a natural equilibrium again in that. Say you've had a bag of saline to try and dilute your blood for a doping test. You'll pee all of that fluid out, but your red blood cells, the red blood cells or the EPO that you've had injected will still be there in a higher concentration when all of the rest of that fluid's gone. So you've then actually still got the benefit of that there.
So basically, let's say we're on the Tour de France and the team are doping. Behind these closed doors, caravans, whatever, on the side of the road, basically.
We will definitely talk about that in one sec.
Yep. So they know that they're going to get tested every other day or something?
Yep. So this was part of WADA's protocol at the time. So especially in these earlier it was for all of 7 actually at this time. They would test them on a schedule, and they would test them.
The athletes were aware of their own schedule.
Yeah.
See, that seems ridiculous to me.
I think what they thought, though, was that would be enough of a deterrent that they wouldn't do it.
But then if there's ways around it, then yeah, right.
But this Dr.
Ferrari,
Michele Ferrari.
Yeah.
Now he was the chief operating officer of this team. When I say that, he had that. Have you seen him interviewed?
Mm-hmm.
If you
Dr.
think,
Evil.
I was going to say, if you think Lance is like type A, and oh my god,
I think those two probably got along so well.
Peas in a pod.
Mm-hmm.
He had this protocol of doping, and diluting and resting and everything down to an absolute fine art.
Yeah, you did what he said to the letter.
The letter.
Yeah.
It was military precision. So he would track every output of those riders and tweak what he would give them every day. So everything they did was personalised to them.
And the point of the race too.
The point of the race,
it was uphill, downhill,
where they were.
Yes. Yeah, was it a time trial? Was it a,
Was it a mountain stage? Was it a,
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so calculated.
Look, this is where I feel like it is an art form to do that to a body in some way.
Yeah.
That isn't there like
That's
a Commonwealth? Like there isn't there like an Olympic Games or kind of thing that they do now have for like those people that do dope.
Yes, there is the enhanced games or something.
Yeah, something like, not that I would encourage it. Like, I don't think medically and health, for health and things, it's the best idea.
Well, according to Dr. Ferrari, EPO is just fine. It's not dangerous. And he said he actually said, well, if I drink 10 litres of orange juice, I'd be sick too. Oh. So what he was saying is the dose makes the poison. I think that was his point.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, look, I can come at it from the science perspective of like being able to make a body do that it's absolute peak able to be able to do.
Yeah.
And that there's some of these things are natural. It's not like they're all like, it's not drugs necessarily. Some of it's growth hormone. It's all these sorts of things and a combination of all that. I can respect it in a way.
Okay.
In a way, but I don't respect it in a sport where it's an elite sport where that's where the belief is that no one should be doing that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say is that in the enhanced games, if you all know you're all doing it and who can do it at their best, whatever, you go do you.
Yeah.
But as a day-to-day of like these sorts of things, that's the understanding is that you are naturally, this is your natural ability and what you can perform. This should never be a part of it.
Never.
No.
So in order to dodge authorities though, they would, as you were saying before, they'd meet in like camper vans, like on the side that they'd leave on the side of the road. There'd be these clandestine meetings in hotel rooms that were booked far out of where everyone else was staying.
Yeah.
They even had this guy working for the team. Oh God, I've written his name down somewhere. It'll come to me. But he was like their little lackey and he would take these flasks. Have you read about him?
Yeah, I think I have.
And he would have these like vacuum flasks. He was a motorcycle rider.
Yeah, because they'd ride along with the teams.
That's
and stuff.
it. And he'd have the flask in. No, he wouldn't ride with the team.
Oh, right.
No. He wasn't affiliated. There was no branding on anything. He'd have his little flask in his backpack.
We never saw him.
No, we never saw him. He was like the Stig or whatever it is from the Grand Tour. And he would have his motorbike helmet on and he'd walk up with his little vacuum sealed thing and they'd hand it over and hand it back. And it was all very like, very clandestine.
The fact that you need to do it like that means that you shouldn't be doing it, doesn't it? Like,
obviously. They knew they were doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Look, basically this Dr. Ferrari, the protocol that he had these riders on, and it wasn't just Lance Armstrong in this team, it was all of them.
Yeah.
He could boost their aerobic activity or their VO2 max by 15%.
Yes.
Now that is fucking huge. huge.
That's massive. That is massive.
In an elite athlete,
Yes.
you know, where you might need 1 or 2% to have it on your
yes.
opponent, they've got 15%.
Yeah, like literally, you can between like your top rider
Yep.
and 15th in the pack.
Yeah.
there can be 1 to 2% difference
Quite
between
literally.
them. So you have that person who's typically going to be riding at around that 10th, 15th, to all of a sudden not only just beat the person that's coming first, but then absolutely kill it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yep. So testing, I've just found out here, testing for EPO was introduced in 2001.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Ferrari then went from, like, he was doing subcutaneous injections.
Yeah.
He then switched to microdoses, like these tiny little IVs with microdoses, and he would do that. They would literally do that again and again and again and again at certain intervals that he predetermined would leave them
Leave the body
under the
before
level
yeah.
or keep them under the level of detection.
Yeah.
Because everyone's got red blood cells.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a range of normal.
Yeah.
He kept them right at the cusp of that.
So what year was it that Lance had a blood test that came back with cortisone in his blood?
Ooh.
I feel like that was like around about 2000.
2001, was it?
Yeah, it might have been. So because he got away with that one because basically there's a number of different ways that cortisone can enter the blood, and you can inject it. You can take it in by tablets. There can be topical creams that have cortisone in them. So what he did was it showed up in his blood because he was injecting it into his muscles. He was doing it as a doping situation. He convinced WADA that, I'd used a cream, and they were like, oh, that's okay, mate. You can do
Well,
that.
don't do it again.
Yeah, just don't do it again.
Slap on the wrist. Like, you still shouldn't have done it. It was still on the banned
It was on the ban list, but he could get away with
he should know better.
I realized,
didn't realise there was cortisone in that cream.
Yeah. And they waved it on, and there's sort of belief that there was a bit of like, they knew it wasn't, but they let him get away with it. But he wasn't just doing cortisone at that time.
No, he was doing testosterone.
Yeah. EPO.
So they would mix the testosterone with olive oil, drop it under the tongue for rapid absorption.
Oh my God.
Now that helped in recovery
Yep.
and stamina.
Yep.
He was injecting human growth hormone and corticosteroids, as you were saying.
Yeah.
This is for muscle recovery and inflammation.
Yep.
They would then mask that with the saline injections or saline IVs, as I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Now, this all started because, and this is still what's done to this day, WADA introduced what's known as the athlete's biological passport. It's called the ABP. Mm-hmm. Every elite athlete, and this is tier 1, 2, and 3 athletes all around the world are subject to this.
Yep.
And that is a measurement basically of your hematocrit, so your red blood cell concentration over time. And so what that means is they would be able to see small changes in your personal athlete biological passport numbers over time. Now, this is something that they've been doing, I think, since certainly since all of this came out with Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
And what that means is you can't microdose anymore unless you're doing it all the time.
Right. You can have no break from it. Yeah.
There's no way to sort of...
Off season, you can't just kind of go,
it.
oh, yeah, well, I won't do that now because I'm not competing right now.
Yep. The other thing is they had lookouts everywhere. So if there were testers around and everyone got to know who the testers were, word would travel. They would hang a quick bag of saline to make sure that the hematocrit hit under that 50% mark.
God.
And then they'd be like, oh, sorry, he's just resting. Come back in 5-10 minutes. You can wait at the door. That's fine. So he's not going to go anywhere or do anything.
That shouldn't even be allowed.
No, it's not anymore.
No, it wouldn't
be. It's absolutely not anymore.
No. I mean, this Ferrari guy was saying, EPO and all these things, they don't do anything that are harmful, drink 10 litres of orange juice and I'd get sick anyway. Yeah. I mean, the EPO, can cause high blood pressure, blood clots, stroke, heart attack, deep vein thrombosis, pulmonary embolisms. There's definite risks to doing these drugs. You can't tell me that
it's harmless.
Yeah, I mean, so kidney disease, all these sorts of things can be part of it. a question I had in doing this was, could the drugs that he was taking have caused his cancer? All right. Which, from generally speaking, the answer to that is no.
No.
So, however, like, because he was taking testosterone, that was my main one that I was like looking at in terms of testicular cancer, if there's any link there. But they're basically saying that no, but there's no definite research of that either. So, I mean, he's probably not done himself. He's probably got the cancer regardless of doing these drugs. But you can't tell me he maybe hasn't risked other medical issues for himself.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But he didn't care.
No,
because this was to
no,
the exclusion of anything else.
That's right.
Winning was paramount.
Oh, yeah.
I think the other thing that's worth mentioning is that if you wanted to be on Lance's team, or maybe even more so Ferrari's team, you had no choice but to participate in this protocol. So riders in his team at the time were names that you've heard of.
Yeah.
So Tyler Hamilton, Floyd Landis, you were talking about before, George Hincapie.
Tyler Hamilton, holy shit.
Oh, I know.
He was like, my thing was.
Oh, I know. Watching him interviewed, not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, even back in the day, I remember him when I saw him come on the screen on something I was watching. I'm like, oh, I remember him.
Although, like, I'm going to offend people. I hope I don't by saying this. Everyone's attracted to different things.
You're going to say exactly what I'm going to agree with. Go for it.
I just find cyclists so unattractive.
Sorry, does your husband cycle?
Yeah, he does. But we've discussed this. He wears a courtesy short.
Oh, Jesus.
I think it's the tight shorts and the little bodies. I don't know.
They're very lean.
Very lean. And
Yeah.
like no arm definition. Like
Yeah.
there's skinny little arms. I don't know.
Yeah, no. But
To each their own. To each their own, because I'm sure there are women out there and men out there for whom that is
their thing.
perfection. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I'm just saying it's not mine.
No.
Yeah. I've completely lost my train. I'm all hot and flustered now.
Peter, look what you do to her.
Yeah, Peter. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. All right.
Alrighty. So he spends 7 consecutive years winning.
Yeah.
Now, meanwhile, as he's winning, many others are being caught for doping. Yet he continues to not be, so this is the thing.
He says that to this day.
Yeah.
He was never caught doping.
No. Well, he technically was with the cortisone, but
he got out of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So this continued, and so he was a money machine through these 7 years. I mean, he was literally on every Wheaties box, stuff. So it was crazy. Now, through all of this, there is rumours and accusations that he is doping, and he vehemently, and I mean aggressively denies these accusations. Yep. Not even like just fobs them off or whatever. He is relentless.
He ruined people
big time. So there's a very famous clip in one of the Tour de France's where he rides up to a competitor. And he actually, to the camera, puts his fingers over his mouth of like, shush you, like kind of thing. And the whole time he is relentlessly niggling at this guy, bullying him throughout the race because he had spoken and said something basically saying, I think Armstrong should be looked at for doping. So he was a massive bully. He was an asshole to people. He even says it. He says it as well. He did apologise to that rider 9 years later. But only for his own.
But that rider.
I'm trying to think what his name was.
His name was Christophe Bassins.
Yes.
He, Lance, destroyed Christophe's career.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
So fucking apologising 9 years later, it actually isn't going to cut it, mate. You've actually ruined this guy's life.
Yeah. That guy said he was like so in his country, he was, absolutely revered for his cycling.
Yeah.
And then for those 9 years of his life, it only became about Lance Armstrong in his life. And that because in those 9 years, Lance had got away with doping himself. He was the clean guy who won everything and was doing amazing naturally. you know, and so he was the piece of shit who said he might have done something, and it ruined him.
Oh, it absolutely ruined him.
When in fact he was spot on, and he was the one telling the truth.
Yep.
So
he basically, this poor Bassins, he had to retire from professional cycling at just 27 years of age.
Which isn't even his peak.
No.
No.
Because Lance ruined his reputation, ruined him. So I guess we're getting to a point now where, Lance Armstrong's becoming more and more under suspicion, aren't we?
Yeah, over those 7 years, I mean, it was just, the suspicion was pretty crazy.
Especially by the end. I actually even remember his final win, and there was so much talk about it.
Yeah.
So much, because people were like, okay, you win a few.
You win one or two. But
some might win 3.
Yeah.
You know, but how do you sustain that for 7 years? It's superhuman.
Yeah, it is. That's exactly it. Totally.
All right. So should we talk about how it all, like the whistleblowers and how it all kind of came to pass?
Well, he retired though.
He did.
So this is the thing. This is what blows my mind. So he retired in 2006.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That was his final Tour de France win. And he was like, and this is the thing was, this is where if he had just retired and shut up
the fuck up,
he would have been the 7-time champion of the Tour de France. Like, you know, that's just how it would have been ended. His Livestrong Foundation.
Yeah.
Gone on to make heaps of money and support heaps of people. But in 2009, he decides, I'm going to make a comeback. So he's had 3 years. He said that he reckoned he retired to spend time with the kids and stuff. So by this stage, he had 3 kids.
3 kids, yeah. To his first wife.
Yeah. So Kristen. So he's got 3 kids to her. And so he says he's going to retire to spend more time with his kids. So he spends 3 years with them and kind of goes, that's enough. Hey, kids, isn't it?
It's hard.
I'm going to go back to racing. And so he comes back for 2010 Tour de France. He comes back to race. Now, he just fucking should have shut up, really. This is really it. Because so he gets back for that race, and there is a rider in the team at this point by the name of Floyd Landis, who won the 2009 Tour de France.
Yeah, after Lance had retired.
During his retirement, Floyd had won the 2009.
So he was in the US Postal Service team as well. Yeah.
So, but after being crowned the winner, he is found to have been doping.
Yeah.
So he has that championship taken off of him.
Yeah.
So he's pissed at this, right? This doesn't go down well for him. I mean, he admits he went into a real slump. So then coming to the 2010, he sort of gets himself back together and wanting to re-enter the team now that a ban that he did have is being lifted, and Lance Armstrong was a dick to him. So if Lance Armstrong didn't return to racing, to cycling, this just would never have happened.
No.
You know? So Floyd attempts to re-enter the team. Lance Armstrong is total dick to him on his, return, and doesn't allow him into the team. And it treats him like shit. Mm-hmm. So what does Floyd do?
He's like,
and you know what? Good on him.
Oh, hard agree.
Yeah. He came forward and really laid it out that of the entire team. Like he said, he told what was going on.
Yeah.
That all of them were doping, and this is how they did it.
Yep.
So all of a sudden it kind of all
It did. It
flipped.
opened the floodgates though,
really
as well
did.
because people were starting to believe it. There was so much detail in what he was saying.
Yeah.
And what it meant was more and more whistleblowers started to speak out.
Yeah. I should say too, before even that, like that when Lance was talking about coming back, people were telling him, don't do it.
You can't tell Lance what
No,
to do.
you don't tell Lance what to do. But
Nobody puts Lance in the corner.
Oh, baby. But Jean-Marie LeBlanc, who was the Tour de France director, he put out like a very public open letter to Lance, really basically telling him, you come back, you're going to get done for doping. Like,
don't do it.
Because the thing is, the technology's better, you know, all these things are picking up more things, but it was just
picking up everything.
Everyone was getting done for it.
Yes.
Why do this?
It was a transformative time in cycling, I think, in terms of all of this.
This is it.
It was a volatile time for him to choose to come back.
Totally.
Like, what an
This is where
idiot.
The total narcissism in came
Yep,
out.
he thought he could still beat
He
it.
thought he could still beat it. So just a quote from this letter that Jean-Marie wrote was, us former riders generally have respect for winners, but that's not always the case with the public and above all the media, who have heavy suspicions about you. The hounds will be let loose. Column inches will be written, images repeated, and debate sparked about the one word which has petrified our passion over the past 10 years, doping.
Yep.
He's basically telling him, you returning is just going to light this shit on fire.
Yep.
He wasn't wrong.
Oh, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Yes.
Now, Lance still denied everything. So there was Emma O'Reilly. Have you heard the way he spoke about her?
He called her a whore.
He called her a prostitute. Yep, a whore. Basically an alcoholic.
Yeah, when I say he aggressively went for people.
Oh my God, he was
I mean
disgusting.
to the nth degree.
So she was the US Postal Team's masseuse. She also did lovely.
Irish.
Yes, gorgeous.
So gorgeous.
Like absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
She came out. It was in a book, LA Confidential.
Yeah, so
that was written
just
by,
before his return, his comeback.
Yep. Okay.
That she she was asked. She was basically like, "Nah, stuff it. I need to like speak up and say the truth," not because she wanted to get to Lance at all. That wasn't her thing. She was worried about the health of the cyclists.
Yep.
And she felt that US. What is it?
The US Postal Service.
No. The UCI. She went to them saying, we've got to do something about this because of the health of the cyclists.
Yep.
And in that she said, this is what I've seen.
And they knew who she worked for.
Yeah.
So what she saw was all of the syringes.
She was asked to dispose of syringes by Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
So she's telling truth.
Yeah. She has no reason to lie at this point. No. Like, as in, she's probably got everything to lose for coming out and saying it.
This is it. Well, she would have known just how ruthless Armstrong was.
Yeah. It's absolutely horrific.
Yeah.
Armstrong claimed that she was a disgruntled ex-employee. She just wanted money. They called her an alcoholic and a whore, prostitute.
Absolutely disgusting.
He sued her.
Yeah. I sued everyone.
He sued everyone, but
we'll get to that.
Sued her.
Yeah.
Like, she's got nothing.
No.
You know, she's not wealthy.
No, she's the masseuse on the tour. She's on,
pittance
in
compared
comparison.
To him.
Absolutely, yeah.
So basically, she was left with massive legal bills.
Yeah.
And just, you can imagine the emotional distress. Like, you can't maybe. I don't know. It just horrible.
Yeah. That's what sparked it for her. Sorry that she came out. There was a particular rider by the name of Marco Pantoni. He was an Italian, and he died because in the mix was some cocaine.
Yes, right.
And he passed away, and that's what clicked it for her to say, I have to speak up. Like, there's going to be other people who are going to die from these doping if I don't speak up.
Yeah, that's
what it was. Yeah.
She basically lost her career over this.
Yeah.
She never worked in cycling again. She was another one who Lance, however many years later apologised to. But her career was ruined. She was ruined.
Yeah, but did he even apologise? The apology sucked.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, to him that would have been ticking a box, right?
Oh, well, he justified it. He justified his lying at every point of this.
He still does to this day.
Yeah, he does. He just justifies it.
Yeah.
It's quite disgusting.
What about his friends like Frankie and Betsy Andrew?
Yeah.
So they were friends. Frankie was a teammate of Lance's on the US Postal Service team, but they were friends
even
before
the Motorola
that.
one. He was on the Motorola team with him.
So they've been in a couple of teams together.
For a long time.
And had been
very
friends
close
for a very long time. So much so that his wife, Betsy, was also a very close friend of Lance's.
The three of them kind of were together all the time, and he's the only, as Betsy says, Frankie was the only one who could potentially tell Lance how to do something.
Yep.
No one else could ever do that. Like Frankie could at least get to him at points.
Yep.
That's how close they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is one. This is really it's a lawsuit that Lance Armstrong brought forward. Sort of brings them to the foreground.
Yeah.
Is that it was against another acronym that will fleet my brain. They were an insurance company.
SCA Promotions.
Promotions, that's right. So what the go was there was that they were insuring for a bonus for him. Yes. So the fact was that if he won the Tour de France this particular year, that he would get a $5 million bonus, and I think some other bits on top of that. But they refused to pay it because it was the year that he got
It was 2005.
Yeah, 2005. So there was some talk about doping.
Yep.
And so they refused to pay it out to him because they believed there was doping involved.
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't insure it, like kind of thing, and say, here you go.
Yeah.
So they refused. So then Lance sued them for that. Now, in that, they brought forward Frankie and Betsy.
Yep.
Because the company had found out that this couple had been in the hospital with Lance when he had cancer. And what they claimed, their statement in the lawsuit, they came forward and said when they were in the hospital with him and when he had cancer treatment, they were just visiting him.
Yep.
A doctor had come in to visit him to have a conversation, and they had said, "Oh, Lance, we'll leave you to privately have a conversation with your doctor." And he goes, "No, you guys can stay."
Yep.
And I don't know. Do I believe this conversation happened? I don't know.
I 100% believe it happened.
It feels like an odd thing to have been asked at the time. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't. But anyway, it most likely happened. That they claim that the doctor said to Lance in the hospital bed there, asked him many questions, but one of them being, "Have you used performance enhancing drugs?" And he answered, "Yes, I've taken EPO, I've taken cortisone, I've taken testosterone, steroids." He reeled them all off, every single one of them. So they were in the room and heard him say that. So they had to, be honest in court and say that. Now, Lance still vehemently denied that. This is where their friendship then split, really, because Lance was like, "You're assholes. I never said that. That never happened." It turned out that the company sort of went, "We're never going to get past this fact that he's lying, but we can't prove he's lying. We can't prove that they're telling the truth then. Like, it is a he said, she said kind of scenario." They ended up settling this case for $5 million. Or $7.5 million actually it was, because there was some interest on it and things that they also whacked on there. Okay. But that comes to bite him in the ass later.
Oh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. But Lance then came out in the media, and the way he spoke about Betsy was disgusting. He called her an ugly, bitter, jealous, fat woman, and that she was obsessed with him.
Oh.
Lance then also pressured all of Frankie's sponsors to drop him, and they did.
Mm-hmm. He had that much pull. That's the thing.
Yeah. He was also, so Frankie at this point was kind of at the end of his career, and so he was doing commentating and he was doing a lot of work for his previous sponsors.
Yeah.
And getting paid for that.
Yeah.
That all went to shit. The other thing that they say is that they started receiving these really threatening phone calls to their home.
Oh my God.
And it was like, I don't think it was Lance. I think it was people from the cycling community in support of Lance trying to shut them the fuck up.
Yeah. Yep.
Because people believed Lance.
Or they believed Lance or
felt like they had to side with him to save their own ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think more that, to be honest. I think no one really truly believed him, but everyone was scared shitless of him.
Yep.
And
and as you said, he also would litigate. He was so litigious.
Oh,
he would litigate. He would sue anyone for anything.
Yeah, which, as I say, bit him in the ass later.
Yeah,
But he sued, all sorts. He sued the UK Sunday Times for comments around him.
Oh, he
doping.
sued multiple news agents.
Yeah, that was defamation.
Yep.
Well, they weren't telling anything wrong.
And again, that all came back to bite him in the ass, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
All right. So I guess as you were saying, the Floyd Landis thing kind of breaks the dam, doesn't it? And it really starts to open the floodgates. And the fact that he was caught, his Tour de France accolades were taken off him.
Yes.
That really started to make people question things more and more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was some. I just remember back in the day, whenever you heard of cycling, all you really heard about was doping.
Totally true.
There was nothing. That was the news about cycling.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. It was so in everything about it. Yep. That was all you ever heard about.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. So where are we at now? We're at.
So basically not WADA, it was the USADA. They were the ones who in the end made the call
to investigate
it because I think there was some other a government kind of level investigation which got dropped all of a sudden overnight.
Okay.
And there was question marks over that of whether or not, because he had all these connections to like presidents. And,
yes, he was well connected in that way.
And so that just kind of disappeared. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And then everyone was, so there was a point where Lance sort of went, yeah, it's going to go away. Yeah, because it's not true. That's why he kept double downing of like, you know, like I'm telling the truth. It's gone away because you're all wrong and I've never doped and I'm amazing. And then the next thing, it really happened very quietly in the background where USADA really did just kind of quietly keep working away, and they interviewed everyone.
Like quite literally everyone.
There was a report put together.
The reasoned decision, they called it.
1,000 pages long.
Yeah.
With signed affidavits coming through the wazoo.
There were 26 signed sworn affidavits in that document. Mm-hmm. This is not a document that was built on, one failed, cortisone.
This is not
cream.
A he said, she said anymore.
No.
This is so many people saying the same things.
Now,
what their, witness statements of what they have seen and heard.
There was sworn testimony in this document from 11 of Lance's former teammates, including George Hincapie, Tyler Hamilton, Frankie Andrew. They all admitted to doping with him. So they implicated themselves in this as well, which would have added so much more weight to the entire thing, you think?
Yeah, totally. They were willing to, give themselves up at the same time and go, you know what, this is done.
This is actually not okay.
No.
They also found paper trails. They looked into like forensic accounting when they were doing this, and they found that there were payments to Dr. Ferrari of over $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And they also went through all of the blood tests that had been done for basically Lance's whole team over this time.
Yep.
And they were able to pinpoint all of those micro fluctuations. And that was enough to kind of really seal the deal.
Yeah.
I read an article that came out when all of this was breaking.
Yeah.
And I think it might have been, I don't think it was the New York Times. It was a New York newspaper though.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they wrote, "The nuclear fallout." Like that was the title of it. And it was. It was like a nuclear bomb had gone off in this sport.
Yeah, because within 48 hours, all of his sponsors dropped him. He lost everything. Yeah.
He was forced to step down from Livestrong.
Now that was the one. I can't stand hearing him talk about this, right? So the board all got together collectively and were like, and as I said earlier, Livestrong was his one good thing, right? He was the CEO.
Yep.
Now he went in there with the board, and the board said to him, "This is so important that Livestrong continues, regardless of what's going on here. This will go away, but Livestrong has to continue." So they asked him to resign to ensure that Livestrong could go on. He vehemently, to this day, says that was the wrong decision and that he should be kept in as CEO because of who he is And he should have just been put on the bench for a little while.
So he looks at this as like his charity, but it had gone
morphed
so
much
far
further.
beyond that. And I mean, this was part of the shift from calling the Lance Armstrong Foundation to Livestrong. It really was the co-branding with Nike. I think back in the day, you think of Livestrong, you think of Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
These days, no.
No, not at all. But he called the board cowards.
Yep. No, they were trying to protect a charity that was doing so much good in the world.
Did he not realise that in that moment, that could have been, again, which a lot of people say that Livestrong was like a shield for him through all of this.
Yeah.
He could have continued to use it as a shield and do the whole like, to do the right thing. I think it's wrong for me to remain here and be apologetic and take that moment to like go, hey, with even say, look, as much as I don't agree with what these decisions are around that, for the best of Livestrong, I'm going to step down.
No, he would never do that.
He couldn't even do that. Such a dick.
The other thing that happened was that not only was Lance banned from cycling for life in competitive cycling, they also stripped him of all of his 7 Tour de France titles.
Yep.
Now, you would think that then the runner-up would get the title, but no. So for those 7 years and also the 2009 year, there is no recorded winner of the Tour. The reason for that is there was so much doping going on that it wasn't a clean race.
No.
They couldn't say with any certainty whether the person who came second was doping or not. So they just left it. There is no recorded winner for those 9 years. I think it ended up being that there are no recorded winner for.
That's crazy, isn't it? Oh, God.
Now, he's trying to mitigate the fallout of this personally. So what does he decide to do? Now, this is probably what I would do, to be honest. Oh, God, yeah. He went to Oprah.
Do you know who told no one on his team he was doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just went and he just organised all that himself.
Does that surprise you?
No.
No, it doesn't surprise me
He's such a
at all.
dick.
He's such a dick. And you can tell that no one in his team knew about it because he was so fucking underprepared.
It was terrible.
It was so bad. If he thought he was going to come away from that looking good...
Do I think that Oprah
he thought wrong.
Questioned him in the right way? Nope.
Well, he certainly doesn't think Oprah questioned him in the right way.
Well, we disagree on what elements she didn't question him on the right way, but she did not push him. She did not. She was no journalist in that moment,
which I found really surprising.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, I did.
No, I'm not.
Why not ask the fucking hard questions?
Yeah, she should have, absolutely, but she wouldn't because, yeah.
He thinks that she had her own agenda
and
she pushed her own agenda.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She's Oprah.
Yeah.
She wanted to make money out of this. She wanted the ratings. She
could have got better ratings, I reckon, by pushing him harder.
I think... So he came out in that interview and he was all, oh, mea culpa, yeah, I did this.
It's not remorseful,
right?
though.
Not remorseful.
He did actually admit. That's the only thing in it. It was the first time ever he admitted to doping.
To doing it.
Yeah.
I think she thought he was going to come to that interview and deny it.
Yes. So I think she was very unprepared for him to come in saying,
that's
yes,
what I think. And that's why I think she didn't go as hard on him.
That's right. I think she wasn't
prepared
didn't do what she should have done.
Way.
And and she should have absolutely gone to town on him.
Yeah. But basically she said to him, did you ever take banned substances to enhance your cycling performance? Lance, yes. Was one of those banned substances EPO? Yes. Did you ever blood dope or use blood transfusions? Yes. In your opinion, was it possible to win the Tour de France 7 consecutive times without doping? Not in my opinion, because everyone else was doing it. This is his excuse.
Yeah,
and this is what fucking
it's not an excuse.
Shits me.
Don't
to this day, he says
he justifies it.
He justifies it by saying, well, everyone else was doing it. I wouldn't have been able to win. No, you wouldn't have. And that's okay if you're fucking legitimately
doing your personal
race.
best. Yep.
riding your race.
There's a very interesting point in one of the documentaries. I think it's the 30 for 30 ESPN one, right?
Yep.
Where they interview Lance and his son, Luke. Mm-hmm. I actually literally was yelling at my TV screen. But I'm like, I can't with this guy. He is awful. Yep. So they interview him and his son completely separately. They're not in the same room. Okay. So, and they say to him now, his son is now, I think he's like 18, something like that in this. And he is playing like college football. All right. And doing quite well, like, reasonably well at it. And they interview Lance and say to him, no. So like if Luke came to you and said like, it's been put to me potentially to take performance enhancing drugs, what would you advise Luke to do? Now, as only Lance can do in such a way, he never answers a question with a straight up answer. Like other than that Oprah interview where he has said yes and no, in that the ESPN one, he skirts around everything. And he's like, oh, well, that's an interesting question. I think I'd have to, really think about it in the time. And I'd eventually comes out and sort of goes, I'd advise him to maybe consider to not do it. Like I'd tell him no, right? I'd consider, we'd have to tell him to consider that maybe that's not the right time in your career because you're young and all these things to consider, things like that. And then he follows it up with a statement of like, whereas if he was in the NRL, it would be a different conversation. Or not NRL, NFL, isn't it? NRL, NFL.
NFL over
if he was in the NFL, maybe it'd be a different conversation.
Oh my God.
Which I'm like yelling at the screen. What would that different conversation be?
Yeah. Well, we all know what he means by that.
So he means basically if you're an elite athlete, you have to dope.
So that says to me, you're fucking inadequate, Lance. If you think that every elite sports person is doping, you are sadly mistaken.
No.
And you need to actually fucking recalibrate the way you think about this shit. And the fact that your lived experience has taught you nothing.
Well,
that you can then hand on to your son.
This is the thing that got me
off even more.
So I'm yelling at the screen about Lance saying that. Then they flip to the son. They ask him the same question. If you got offered performance-enhancing drugs, would you take them? He said, no, never even consider it. After I've seen what my dad's gone through, there's absolutely no chance.
Sensible kid.
Like, well, obviously mum's done a good job.
Yeah.
So well done, Kristen. Yep. Got it, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah, because clearly he's learnt from his dad's mistakes.
Yeah.
Lance hasn't learnt from his own mistakes.
Blows my mind, the arrogance of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's like he can't admit
what he did was wrong.
That what he did was wrong, and that there are people who are better than him because they are achieving elite levels in their field without doping. Is he saying actually that like LeBron is a doper? If he says that he would be his peer?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Colleague or whatever.
I don't know. Well, I don't think he is, but maybe he does believe that everyone does. I don't know, but I feel very confidently saying that LeBron doesn't.
No.
I think he's a great role model for the kids to have. Like, whereas Lance Armstrong, what am I saying? Lance Armstrong, don't want my kids looking up to. I now think back to my brother who really did. I remember him, he never read books and he read the Lance Armstrong books, things that I kind of go, I was really impressed with him being someone that he looked up to at the time. Mm-hmm. And now when you realise how false it all was, and that's not something that teenagers should be looking up to.
No, not at all.
As we said, all this did flip around and bite him in the ass. So we talked about the SCA promotions insurance one where he sued them and they paid him out $7.5 million. When all this came out that he had finally admitted that he was doping back in those years, they went back to court and they raised another lawsuit basically recovering that claim
plus interest.
So they had to Lance was ordered to repay $10 million to SCA. The other one was Sunday Times, that he had sued them, Lance, for discriminatory comments in their newspaper. Now I believe it was £300,000. Sorry, they paid him originally.
Yep.
So they took him back to court and claimed roughly, I think it was about just over 1.5 mil, something like that. They claimed back on him for that lawsuit that he had won previously, and they won that.
Yeah, so they got their money back and all legal costs.
Well, I think it was confidential. The official settlement was
Yeah.
confidential, but apparently it was around about the figure they were claiming
Yeah.
from the lawsuit originally.
Yeah.
The other one, the biggest one of all, though, was obviously the US Postal Service.
Yeah.
So
the US government.
well, pretty much.
It
yeah,
is.
Yeah.
It's the US
so
government.
an arm of the government, yeah. They obviously, I mean, he was they were their biggest sponsor of the team.
Mm-hmm.
They paid him his salary, and he fraudulently took all of that because he was doping, and they were part of his contract was that wasn't what he was doing.
Yep.
So their original lawsuit was for $100 million.
I know.
Now, have you heard him talk about this as to where the settlement landed and what he believes the settlement means?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Okay. So their original claim was for $100 million. He negotiated with them on this because clearly he did dope.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually it got down to, I mean, he didn't have $100 million, not cash anyway.
Well, he was roughly worth about that at the time.
Yeah, which I mean, he's had to pay out $10 million to SCA, $1.5 million to Sunday Times, and then a bunch of other lawsuits that were coming his way.
Yeah.
So he didn't have $100 million. No,
it would have bankrupted him.
Yeah. So they then negotiated, obviously, and it came down to he ended up paying them $5 million in a settlement, which to me is pittance.
Yeah.
But I think it's a figure that is it's a large amount of money to basically go that, yes, he did the wrong thing and admitted that. However, his take on that, being the narcissist that he is that, well, if they were claiming $100 million to begin with, clearly he only ended up paying 5% of that, being $5 million. So therefore, he had a 5% chance of winning the lawsuit, and he took that.
Yeah.
So he won. He won. What?
The US Postal Service spent $32 million on him over the time that he was in that team.
Yeah.
So I guess Lance did win.
In that sense, he did. But, I mean, they would have also profited off of his name and all those sorts of things. So I think it, swings and roundabouts in that sense.
Yeah.
They invested in him, but they did earn from him too.
Yeah.
So I think $5 million, I don't think it's unreasonable. Could it have been more?
It should
sure.
have been more. Although,
I think for what was going on for him at that time, he lost everything. So
he did.
He's comfortable still, but
oh my God, do you not know how he's got his money?
How now?
So he basically lost most of all the prize money, right? That he earned, and some of his sponsorship money. He also claims that he lost $75 million in future earnings from sponsorships.
Yes. Yep.
So there was that loss of income.
Yeah. But I mean,
right?
He says that, but he was returning from a comeback. He was doing a comeback. He could have injured himself the next week.
Yeah,
he was
that's
37
right. I mean, this is what,
or whatever at the comeback, was he? 37?
This is what he's saying. Or that's what he was insured for, I think.
Okay. All
right?
Yeah.
Not that he was ever able to claim on that insurance.
No.
But anyway. Now, he was an early investor in Uber.
Oh, of course he was.
He invested $150,000 US in the initial, what do they call it? Like
the
funding startup.
He would have been he would be mates with Gary Vee and stuff, and they would have all got in.
His investment is now worth $100 million.
Yeah, easy. Yeah. Fucker.
Right? Not only that,
Yeah.
he also he's invested in Aura Ring.
Okay. So he's been smart with his money.
He's got an investment business.
Yeah.
He owns bike shops. He owns...
I wouldn't buy a bike off him.
Oh, I think people would love... He has, to this day, a group of very loyal followers.
Yeah. There are people who don't care about the doping.
No.
Majority of the people do. But there are certainly
But
ones
there are
that
people
don't.
who don't. And
Yeah.
there are people who take what he says and say, well, everyone was doing it, so that doesn't make him a bad guy.
I go back to what I said at the beginning. Is he a good person who did a bad thing, or is he a bad person who did a good thing, being the cancer stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's the latter.
Yeah.
I think he's a shocker of a person.
Yeah.
He's done nasty nasty things across this career of his to get to where he was.
Yeah.
He has lied relentlessly. And there was another quote. Who said that one? I think it might have been Floyd. It was. He said, Lance lies better than he does telling the truth. He's uncomfortable being himself.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah. I thought that said so much. He had his number big time.
Yep. Okay. Where's Lance today?
Podcasting.
Yeah.
Certain men shouldn't have a microphone.
I was going to say, don't go and listen, obviously. It's cringe.
It is. It really is.
It's so self-serving.
I couldn't listen to much.
Yeah.
That's who he is as a person. And
yeah.
If you're into who he is, then go for it. But I literally hear his voice now and go, oh, my God, you're a narcissist, self-centered tosser.
Yeah, he's a tosser.
Yeah.
Oh, his podcasts are quite successful.
I know.
I looked at how many views they've got on
but it's because of who he is.
It is because of who he is, but why don't we have that many?
We're getting there.
We're not doping.
But we've only done 100 episodes.
We haven't been doping, yeah.
Oh, let's do some dope.
People don't need that. People don't need that. So
I shouldn't go Kmart shopping whilst I'm on drugs either.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, if you're on drugs, don't.
I'm like, I mean, like as in from my surgery, not from recreational.
Yeah, no. This was prescription medication following a painful surgery.
Yeah, and getting on the Kmart app.
Well, I've been really drunk in Bali once, and I came home to
ordered incredible stuff.
So much stuff, and it was all great.
Yeah, mine was shit.
Yeah, yours was fucking weird.
Weird.
She ordered a navy blue tracksuit.
It was four of the same navy blue t-shirts. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking.
Oh, was it 4?
4. It's 4 of them, the exact same t-shirt. I must have thought it wasn't in the cart or something. I don't know.
But did you even want one?
No, I don't want any of them.
You're going to have to take them all back to Kmart and be like, sorry, I was on drugs when I ordered these.
Wrong size.
No one needs 4 navy blue t-shirts from Kmart.
No.
Obviously. Surely the person picking that would have gone, this is weird.
What
is going on with this woman?
Oh, I don't know. Jesus.
Anyway, he is on his second marriage now. He's got 2 children with his second wife, Anna Hansen.
Yep.
And so he's got 5 children all up. They live in Colorado. Now, one of the things that I did when I was researching this was to watch the Architectural Digest video of his house.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Love a bit of real estate.
I do love a bit of real estate. House is what you would imagine it to be.
Yep.
He's an art collector and he's got some incredible pieces.
Really?
He really, really does.
Ones that you'd kind of go, yeah, actually I want that.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's got a Banksy though, and I'm like, he thinks that's great, and I'm like,
he would. That's the sort of stuff I was kind of thinking you're going to tell me. Yeah.
No, that's the stuff I'm like, nah.
But there was
some other stuff, and I was like, oh wow.
Oh bugger.
Yeah.
So he has a bit of taste, is what you're saying.
Well,
or his art collector that he probably pays to do that has taste, I should say.
Yeah. Or maybe his
I want one
wife.
of them.
The house is. Yeah.
Now, well, do you know what? If she needs good art to get through being married to him, then she should buy nice art.
Yeah.
I couldn't be married to him.
Oh.
And many people have said that very statement too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's just, I found in that Architectural Digest walkthrough, I'm like, yeah, you think you're shit hot.
Oh, yeah.
You really think you're shit hot.
And that's the thing, be humble of what's happened. Like,
there's nothing humble about him. And one of the podcasts that I was listening to, which I think he recorded last year in 2025, he still catches the interviewer out by saying, I was never caught doping. I've admitted to it, but I was never caught doing
I'm
it.
still smarter than you.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
that true narcissism.
True narcissism. And he just thinks he's amazing. He
Mm.
does, because he's not allowed to compete in cycling events ever again in his life.
Yeah.
He's now a high rocks athlete. That's what he
Oh,
calls
don't.
himself.
Oh, don't.
Yep. I mean, look, to anyone who does high rocks, good for you. But it's so him.
There's just certain people I know who
I know.
It fits.
It fits.
It fits.
It really does.
He also was doing some Ironman too.
Yeah.
Which I rate that sport, but yeah.
Not him though in that sport.
No. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, bit of summation here.
Yeah.
He was a fiercely competitive child.
Mm-hmm.
He learnt to operate outside the rules as a younger kid.
Yeah.
And by that I mean he was competing in events. He was lying to compete in events.
Yeah, he lied about
early
his
on
age.
about his age.
Yeah.
To do what he wanted when he wanted.
Yes.
He obviously had extraordinary physical engine in his body.
Yeah.
His mentality was absolutely ruthless.
Yeah.
He was a cancer survivor who became a hero to a lot of people. So many people looked up to him.
And that's the thing. His cancer awareness and what he did there, raising millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, phenomenal.
Yep. He was then involved in a doping program
Yeah.
that...
It's like the biggest fall from grace in sporting history.
But he doesn't see it like that.
No.
Because actually, in that podcast I was just talking about, he said, people say to me that basically that this was the biggest fall of, and he's like, no, that I'm not. That's just not true. And I'm like, fucking mate, it was true because you put yourself in that position by the people you associated with, by, and I'm talking about the people he dated, like socialized with, the American presidents and ex-presidents he hung out with.
Yeah.
To put yourself out there in that way and then be done for what you were done for. If he hadn't have invested in Uber, he would be destitute.
This is it.
Like,
I mean,
literally,
yes, that's why I was kind of like, I just assumed that he would be able to live. He'd be okay. He'd become like okay, but he'd be pretty destitute, really. Like, as in, like, what has he got at 37 when all this sort of really hit the fan? Still a lot of life to live.
Oh, yeah.
And no income.
Expenses.
Like, and where is he going to get a job? Like, he's not going down to the local, Woolies and doing a checkout chick job or something. Like, so what was he going to do to make money? But yeah, clearly invested his money well.
You know what he also says now is like he just does what he wants now.
Oh, fuck off.
Like he'll only do interviews that he wants to do. He'll only do.
Well, he probably shouldn't have done the 30 for 30 one then because it did not come off well.
No.
I really want to know what other people think. They go and watch that one. There's a few others around and stuff, but listen to him speak. I mean, I went from, I knew what I knew of him back in the day. And the thing is, it's the difference between social media and how you get to know, I guess, inspirational figures today to back in that era of that late 90s, early 2000s of what you knew about that person. You only knew what the media itself was, putting out about them.
Yeah.
So you didn't know a lot of who that person was personally, I think less of.
Yeah.
And so he was just an inspirational person, a figure that really, emulated someone that was strong, healthy, determined. And so, we all were like, as young people kind of going, he's the person to strive for. Yeah. And then it all collapsed and turned to shit.
He could have come out of this and gone, oh my God, I really regret what I did. This is it.
I feel like he could have come out from it much better.
I really regret what I did and gone, I don't know, done education in terms of the harmful effects of these things.
Exactly.
And, I don't know, maybe become an advocate.
Promoted
for
other things. Yeah. But then you go to then listening to him speak in documentaries and interviews and things, the Oprah one, as well as then more recent as well from there.
Yeah.
And I just go, oh my God, you're an awful human.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any idea how.
No self-awareness.
No self-awareness. Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Well, I think that's Lance.
That's Lance. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
Now,
oh God.
Next week we're
going to discuss Mr. Cruel.
Mr. Cruel. This has been requested by a lot of people. So it is time.
It is. It is
Now,
time.
to give you a bit of a something to think about. Our Mr. Cruel episode is going to be followed by a Patreon-only episode that delves into Carmen Chan,
Yes.
who is a suspected victim of Mr. Cruel.
But you'll only get that if you're a Patreon.
That's it.
So if you want to come and join us over at patreon.com/2crimebesties, you can join for $5 a month, and then you can get that as a kind of double episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next
Don't
month.
worry, you won't.
Next week, sorry.
That's right. You won't miss anything about
No.
Mr. Cruel. If you don't join up to Patreon, that's fine. The Mr. Cruel episode will be a
Yes.
standalone anyway.
Yeah.
But if you want even more depth to that and hooking back, we're going to do that in our August Patreon episode.
That is correct.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, everybody. We love you all. Thank you. We wouldn't be here without you.
No, hit that follow button on whatever app you're listening to us now, and that way you get to come back next week and listen to that. If you don't come and join us at Patreon, you'll get this for free regardless. Oh, good. Stay curious, crime besties.
Bye.